And we are live. Hello, YouTubeites. Welcome to your Tuesday Top 10 show brought to you by the fine folks at CovrPrice. My name is Chris, aka Dr. Yo-Yo, and I am a bigger geek than you. And with me today, helping me carry the water, is the one, the only, the smoothest voiced in comics podcasting, JB. Say what's good, JB.
How you doing, everybody? Thanks for having me tonight. I know it's not my normal night, but hey, when you get called in, I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's do this. This list actually is not an offer list, so I'm not used to non-offer lists. There are people that are going to have these books,
Absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out tonight.
Yeah. Now, some important things to note. This list, brought to you by CovrPrice, is the top 10 sales of comics in quantity. Okay. So we're not talking about the biggest sales. We're not talking about the highest sales. We're talking about the number of copies sold in a 7-day period. And CovrPrice grabs those reports from eBay, puts them in their Gonkular calculator on their website, and they track how many sales are going, and that tells you what's hot. So these are the hot books that sold this weekend. And hey, JB, without looking at the list, what's your over/under for Fantastic Four related books this week? What do you think?
I didn't even get through the whole list. That's a good point. Let's go with 4.
All right. Those of you in the chat, thanks for joining us.
No, it's got to be a half, right? 3.5. 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5. 3.5. Okay. So 3.5, right? We'll put
got to
that
get
on
the hook
there.
in there.
That's right. I'll go with 4 1/8.
Nice.
All right. Well, hey, we are here. Chat is rocking, and I'm just happy to be here. Let's kick things off with a brand new video from DJ Skillspins. Let's go with this one right here.
Come and feel me flow. Here we go. Now I'll let you hear me go. Come and feel me flow.
Oh man, you guys were missing JB jamming in the background behind the curtain. He's got the white boy dance going on. Got that
just selling me out. Whoa.
Oh man. Well, hey, I gotta get a smile on you because
I'm glad you didn't screenshot that, man. That was good.
How do you know I didn't? I kid. Much love. All right, so let's do this. Let's go here. Hey, I did it. All right. So this, once again, this list is brought to you by the fine folks at CovrPrice. This is the top 10 list. You can also track your stuff at covrprice.com, track your collection, get your specs in, and figure out what in your collection is hot and going on the aftermarket. So, JB, we got a runner-up for this top 10 list. Why don't you tell us what this one's about?
All right, runner-up. You know what? There's going to be people that have this book. This is not the offer list, everybody. This is like you're going to have some of these. And the first one on our list is the runner-up Fantastic Four Volume 1, issue number 244, originally published in 1982. Now, Fantastic Four First Steps is a generator of discussion surrounding the MCU. With it, fans are already looking toward the next Herald of Galactus. Enter this book, the first appearance of Frankie Ray as the second Nova, who would become a Herald of Galactus down the line. Now, it's been a book collectors have keyed in on for years, but now they're pushing the pedal to the metal. We tracked 7 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 200% with a high sale of $90 for a CGC 9.6 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $7.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
So, I mean,
you have it.
I of course I do. I have it, and I absolutely love this cover. John Byrne just killing it. This is an amazing cover, and yeah, whenever I see this book in the back bins, I always grab it. Cannot
too.
go wrong. Cannot go wrong.
What does the Thing have in his hands back there? What is he working with? Is that what is that?
I don't know. You mean in the Marvel thing? It looks like
Yeah, the Marvel.
like a piece of rebar. He's like bending up a piece of rebar.
Interesting.
Herald of Galactus. I'm still waiting for the Kumar of Galactus. No, Harold and Kumar. No,
Harold and Kumar. Get it? I get it. Harold and Kumar. Here, hold on. Boom.
The rocks you see here in the river are sandstone, but some people just take them for granted.
Perfect timing.
So next on this list, we got The Amazing Spider-Man number 345 by Marvel in March 1991. This is a bit of a leap, but bear with us as we explain. The next Spider-Man film is well into production, and with that comes leaks and speculation. It is already confirmed that Michael Mandow will return, reprising his role as Mac Gargan, aka Scorpion. Here's where it gets interesting. The actor took to social media about a few teaser images. One of those images was a variant of Absolute Carnage Miles Morales 2, which depicts Scorpion alongside Venom. Gargan has taken the mantle of Venom in the past, but fans are speculating on a different storyline. As we all know, Spider-Man No Way Home ended with Tom Hardy's Venom leaving behind a piece of his symbiote. In the comics, Scorpion bonds with a piece of symbiote, later revealed to be part of the original Venom symbiote in Absolute Carnage event. This event also leads to the highly regarded King in Black storyline, which features Null as the main villain. Null was already introduced in Venom: The Last Dance in the Sonyverse, and it was originally rumored that a new Spider-Man film would be a multiversal crossover film, including Venom. At this time, it's all fun fan speculation, and it is fun enough for fans to chase down this key Carnage book, with 16 copies sold on the aftermarket and the 7-day growth trend, with a high sale of $51 for CGC 9.6 and a near mint fair market value of about $7.
That's a lot of information you're dropping on us right there. Holy moly. Let's just recap some of that. That end credit scene from that last Spider-Man with Matt Gorgon in the prison with who was he talking to? Yeah, the Vulture, right?
Yeah.
That was like 8 years ago, wasn't it? I can't even remember how long ago that was. We're finally going to get a payoff on that scene.
Yeah.
Maybe, according to the actor anyway. Now, I think the rest of it seems to be a little bit of a stretch. I know they kind of teased Null a little bit right there at the end in the end credit scene, but I don't think they're bringing him in this next movie. I heard this was all going to be a street level kind of scenario. Back to his original suit, no Stark tech, and blah 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 blah. I feel like that's going to be a street level story and not an intergalactic Null introducing story.
Yeah, I think that, Null is got to be handled like a cross Marvel Cinematic Universe situation if they ever bring it, right?
Why? Because they'll screw it up if Marvel's not involved.
Yeah, well, that's exactly why. And also just the King in Black storyline is so big. It involves the Beyonders. It involves the King in Black. It involves Eddie Brock as the ultimate form of King in Black. It involves.
I don't want to go spoiler on you, but doesn't Null just kind of rip Homie in half? The one they just introduced, the Sentry. Doesn't he just rip him in half?
Yeah, which is a parallel to when the Sentry ripped Carnage in half. But this book is a key because it's the first appearance of the Carnage symbiote, and it's hard for me to tie in any of the new Spider-Man movie with that information. I don't know why this is popping off, and CovrPrice did the best they could to speculate why, but I think it might be more complicated than what they are giving.
All right.
Yeah, because I mean, Carnage doesn't really have anything to do with Scorpion, unless it's something to do with the Miles Morales absolute Carnage. I don't know. This is weird.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. The Miles Morales. I do not see Miles Morales getting introduced in this next film.
No,
But hey,
I mean, you never know. You never know. It could happen.
never know.
All right. So that's number 2 on the, or sorry, I guess number 10, the first of our top 10. Hey, JB, what do we got for number 9?
Another one that I know a lot of people have out there, including myself. The Omega Men issue number 3, originally published by DC in 1983. Now, Lobo is quite possibly the most anticipated villain of 2026, since it was rumored that he would appear in a future DC project. Fans have started collecting this book right here. It cooled off for a bit before reemerging, thanks to rumors that Jason Momoa, a fan favorite casting, would be playing Lobo. That's right. Then it was confirmed, and we saw this book shoot up again. Then there was the fake AI image of Lobo's live action costume. Then Momoa almost showing off the actual costume. Needless to say, it's been a roller coaster. This book has continuously popped on and off our list all year and will likely continue to do so until we get Supergirl in 2026. We tracked 16 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 8% with a high sale. There's some money of $277 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $80.
Wow. I sold my 9.2 back when they first spoiled that Lobo was coming, because I don't like the character and I could care less. It's all.
What don't you like about the character? His ruthlessness, his brutality.
He's just it's gratuitous.
The gratuitous, over the top.
It's like
brutality.
He's trying too hard. He's trying too hard. I mean, what do you want me to say? He's like, you know, if you take Wolverine and Silverhawk and the Badger from Malibu Comics and chick them up and add a bottle of whiskey, that's Lobo.
Well, I'll tell you what, after seeing what James Gunn has done with these characters, I can't wait to see what he does with Lobo.
Yeah.
Come on, Peacemaker is fantastic. Think about it. Come on.
Peacemaker is fantastic.
And I feel Lobo fits right into that kind of writing. It's going to be good.
Yeah. If you like Lobo and you are speculating that this is going to pop again when Supergirl comes out, go ahead and buy it. I think that, $80 for a near mint is pretty good for a 1983 comic. And if you can get your hands on a 9.8 for under 200, then you might be able to flip it really nicely as we get closer to that date.
I agree.
All right. So next on the list, we got X-Men Age of Revelation, The Shadow Drop by Humberto Ramos from Marvel. And that just came out last month. This Shadow Drop has been trending since it dropped 2 weeks ago. It is one of the few books that held a spot on our top 10 list when they got hit with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives wave. And after that hype has subsided, this book still stands. An homage to Uncanny X-Men 251, this is still on everybody's radar, increasing in sales now that San Diego Comic-Con is over. The scene is so iconic that this one per store exclusive is still trending extremely well. We tracked 26 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 12% with a high sale of $60 for near mint raw. And if you're lucky, you can get that at fair market value, which is about $36. I managed to pick this up for $10. I'm super excited. And I read the story, and the story was crap. So I'll probably be selling it here pretty soon.
There you go. At least you're honest, man. You read the story. It was crap. I'm not even a fan of the cover art on this. I mean, I'm a big Humberto Ramos fan, but this just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Permito poopon. What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a great cover for me to poop on. Yeah, it's
Well, compared to what's coming up, spoiler alert, it just doesn't hold water.
yeah. And as far as this comment, free keys, I'm doing the best I can, but since I have to read and click and interrupt with media gags, I can't hit them all.
True.
So I'm doing the best.
And you're doing such a fantastic job. As a matter, I was just about to compliment, considering that you are reading and running the control board, and you're still dropping little clips. That's super impressive. Shout out to you, my friend.
Oh, no need for that. But I appreciate it. So that is the top 10, number 8. What do we got for 7, JB?
All right, now we're cooking. At number 7, we've got Mark Spears Monsters, issue number 6, obviously by Mark Spears. But this is the Witch Holofoil 1 in 50 from Keen Spot Entertainment. Just came out in July of 2025. The release of the next Monsters is here, and with it, guess what? More hype. That's right. Mark Spears provides his signature artwork to the 1 in 50 retailer incentive. It features a classic horror monster in all its retro glory. The witch casts an eerie green glow on this virgin cover that is soaring on the aftermarket. The next issue of Monsters is here, and fans can't get enough. We tracked 11 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 20% with a high sale of $200 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $78. Now, a 1 in 50 selling for $78 means it's over its ratio, correct?
Yeah, it's over its ratio.
Right.
And $200 for a just came out holofoil 9.8.
Damn!
Right, just came out.
Yeah. I don't think the Mark Spears train is gonna be slowing down anytime soon. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Lords of Brooklyn. Thank you so much. So Lords of Brooklyn, for those of you who are not tracking, this is what we call a super chat. We'll bring this up, we will read it, and it says, say a prayer for our fellow comic book lover Kyle from Renovision. He's battling cancer, and your prayers are very needed. So I co-sign that. Cancer sucks, and I've lost many a family member to it.
I don't understand cancer. I just don't get it. With how much money gets spent on it I don't get it. I don't understand.
So thank you, Lords of Brooklyn, for highlighting that. Here's what I'm going to do, Lords of Brooklyn. I'm going to talk to Matt and John at CovrPrice and ask that they take that $5 and donate it to a cancer research firm, because it should not go to us. It should go to cancer research. And
unfortunately, they're only going to get like $3 of that $5.
But that $3 is $3 they didn't have, and maybe that'll make the difference for some kid. So thank you, Lords of Brooklyn. And if any of you donate for super chats, and I'm not saying you have to, I'm going to ask the CovrPrice guys to make sure that it gets donated to a cancer research firm. Okay, specifically for cancer for kids, because that cancer for anybody is terrible, but cancer for kids is just especially evil in my mind. So all right, thank you for that. Big prayers out to our friend Kyle at Renovision. Absolutely, we are praying for you, bud. I hope you feel better soon, and I hope you respond positively to your treatment. Okay, next on the list, well, before we get there, JB, anything else on this Mark Spears? What do you think about the Mark Spears train? Is it slowing down, or is it?
No, it is not slowing down. I mean, come on. He's keying in on something that's actually coming up. We're coming towards the Halloween and it's only going to get hotter as we approach Halloween. Watch.
I agree. All right. So next up, we got Earth X number 12. This is by Marvel back in 2000. Shala Ball made her explosive debut in Fantastic Four First Steps a few weeks ago. What was originally thought to be a controversial figure was widely accepted as the new Silver Surfer. Much of Johnny's interactions with this version of Silver Surfer would likely not have been the same or had the same impact if it was not Shala Ball. If it was just Norman Rad, we wouldn't have had Johnny flirting. Or if we did have Johnny flirting, it wouldn't have been the same. Although the film appears to kill off her character, I don't agree. I don't think it does. She does reemerge towards the end of the film with a future in the MCU currently unknown. Fantastic Four First Steps has kicked off the start of the MCU Phase 6, and fans are hyped for a future which may contain more Shala Ball. Retract 11 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 36% with a high sale of $200 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of about $42. Did you read this Earth X series when it originally came out?
I did not read this Earth X series, but I just took my daughters to see Fantastic Four 2 days ago.
Yeah, what'd you think?
3 days ago, and I asked, what did you guys like about it and what didn't you like about it? And I don't know if I mentioned it because I probably spoiled it because I had mentioned that Disney gender swapped, Silver Surfer, and the girls know because I have Silver Surfer all over my room, right? I got the statue and the, all that stuff. So they went into it with that preconceived, it got swapped. And then at the end of the movie, when we're walking out, she goes, well, they had to do that. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, well, that just evened up all of the couples. I said, oh, is that what happened? Yeah, the kids are like, they needed to have even couples, so that's why they had to gender swap her. So
that is
Johnny Flirty,
extremely observant. Yeah,
I know, for a 12 and 14-year-old.
Dude, high five your daughter, because that is something else right there. Earth X was an amazing read. Fantastic cover art by Alex Ross. Inside art also amazing, fantastic. Not for everybody, but I loved it. It just reminded me so much of Kingdom Come. It was kind of like Marvel's Kingdom Come a little bit, and Earth X was, it kind of jumped the shark a little bit as we got to the further iterations like Paradise X. That was just kind of weird, but Earth X was really good.
I love the fact that you use that term right there, jump the shark, during this last vacation. Uncle James had to explain to the girls what that meant, and it turned into a 20-minute conversation about Happy Days and the fawns and the whole thing, man, explaining to the girls why they've heard that term and they don't know what it means.
That means that he had to explain who the Fonz was too, right?
Yes, he did. He did. Yeah. So you're starting with blank stares and trying to go from there.
Back when TVs had a knob on the front of it and you had to turn it in order to switch your channels. So I did not have a problem with Shala Ball. I thought that she was a great character. I thought that the movie was amazing. It was fantastic, and it was a Fantastic Four. So I was very, very, very happy with it. All right, so
I was not as happy as you, but I still enjoyed it.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, come on. I've in the comic books, Reed's stretching around buildings, and and here he is, getting stretched, and that was a big deal. What are you talking about? He should have been stretched around him 50 times.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I don't know why you didn't like it. There's
I
only
didn't say I didn't like it. I said I didn't like it as much as you. So I can hear in your tone you love this movie. It was everything.
Move this man.
There you go. Hit the board.
There's a fine line between showing off Reed and not making it look goofy, right? And crossing over into body horror. Because if you take Hickman's run of Fantastic Four, when he's like operating in 5 different rooms at the same time, right?
Mhm.
And that's some body horror stuff. You couldn't show that on film. It would just look weird. I don't know. I think it was within scope. I loved it. It was a fantastic movie. You're wrong, JB.
Okay. I'm wrong.
All right. Let's look at number 5. JB, what do we got for number
All
5?
right, at number 5. Oh, come on. This is dope. At number 5, Superman Unlimited, issue number 1. Dan Mora, James Gunn, came out in May 2025. Now, speaking of history, where one story ends, another begins. Superman has debuted in theaters, and it has been very positively received. There is still a stark divide between Snyder fans and the new Superman. Still, the new era is here, and there's no going back. For those who want to commemorate the birth of a new DC cinematic universe, I guess this book is for you. Featuring Superman and the new head of DC Studios, James Gunn, this is an iconic cover to immortalize the new Man of Steel. We tracked 10 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 56%, with a high sale of $77 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current near mid fair market value of $14.
Interesting.
You don't like it?
I don't know about James Gunn appearing on a cover. I mean, I guess it's fine. This is a variant, right? It's not the main book.
I've got to be. I don't know.
Yeah, it's his variant right there, James Gunn variant.
There you go, James Gunn variant.
I loved the movie. I absolutely loved the Superman movie. It was fantastic. I feel like we can actually talk about it now because enough time has passed. My favorite part of the movie is when him and Lois are talking with each other, and in the background, out the window, you have the Justice Gang fighting that imp, and she's like, "Do you need to go help with that?" And he's like, "No, they got it." That was my favorite thing. My favorite thing of the whole movie was that it was a great movie. I really loved it. Alex, thank you very much. We will make sure that the super chat goes to cancer research. Thank you very, very much.
So think about this. We're always talking about historical markers, things that have relevance, things that have a meaning. This book has a meaning. It signifies a moment in history when DC is going to either turn the corner or crash and burn. What do you think? I think they're going to turn the corner. We're going to get something really cool. I believe that James Gunn is special, and all the stuff that he has touched and produced has been fun. It's been fun to watch, and I look forward to seeing everything else that he's going to produce.
I agree 100%. I think they're going to turn the corner. I think that James Gunn is the perfect personality to pull it off. We have to get DC out of the habit of rebooting their Batman and their Superman universes and not tying things together. We need that consistency. We need that crossover. It needs to feel like a universe. And I think we're off to a great start. And I really want to see the Green Lantern show on HBO. I want to see Peacemaker. I want to see how those things get tied together. And I want to see more good DC movies because it's been a while, right? It's been a while.
It actually has. Come on.
Yeah. So we're at the halfway point, folks. If you have not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You need to look hard at yourself in the mirror and reevaluate your choices.
I know there is zero cost to subscribing to the channel. So seriously, all you got to do is hit the button, subscribe, hit the little bell so that you don't miss any of the content, because there's actually a lot more content popping on this channel than I remember. Izzyverse is dropping content on this, and
Yeah.
The owners are always doing recaps of what's going on. So
Yeah,
there's
there is a show, I think, at least 4 days a week. And that's crazy if you think about that. Cover
That is
Price
crazy.
is establishing the CYU, the Cover Price YouTube universe.
There it is.
And you guys are a part of it, and you will know when they go live by hitting that bell icon. Subscribe, leave a comment down below. And if you don't know what to put down below, just put F cancer, and that's good enough.
Yeah,
And that could
everybody,
be
every single person put F cancer.
that's right. Okay, so that was number 5. Let's move on to number 4. This one, I got some love and history for this one, JB. I got stories for you. Okay, we got Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 40. This is the Stephen Colbert Celebrity Cameo Late Show variant, and it came out in June 2025. A couple weeks ago, Stephen Colbert officially announced that his show, The Late Show, which used to be The Late Show with David Letterman, is coming to an end. The studio had decided to cancel the show, ending its 1,600 plus episode run. It is likely that this book got overlooked during all the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. However, as the hype cools off, fans are taking to the aftermarket to get a copy of Colbert's cameo on the front of this cover. When the show ends of May in 2026, this book will be another piece of comic history to hold on to for the future. We tracked 10 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 73%. With a high sale of $30 and for a near mint copy and the current raw fair market value of about $25.
Okay. Please highlight some of the comments because we had a lot of F cancers in there. So if you can run back up there and while you're running back up there and highlighting some comments, I know you're going to drop some knowledge on me. Now, do you remember David Letterman?
Are you kidding me? I was almost on David Letterman.
Oh my God, this is a story we need to hear.
All right. So
and I'll maybe go ahead.
Let's talk about the comic
David
first.
Okay, we'll talk about the comic book first. So David Letterman was also on the cover of a comic book once, wasn't he?
It was the Avengers, yeah.
The Avengers.
That's right.
What's the value of that book? I want us to maybe write that. Maybe
it's like a $10 book.
$10 book. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where this one will be.
Well, I think
higher than David Letterman's, Bronze Age classic.
Yeah, it was the Avengers number 239, and David Letterman is officially part of the Marvel Universe. And if I go to Cover Price and look this up,
so all I'm saying is that Stephen Colbert was no David Letterman.
I agree with you.
Worth more than David Letterman. David Letterman's book from the Bronze Age should have a higher value, in my humble opinion. But that's just me being an old man, so get off my lawn.
So I agree with you, and I think that it's worth looking at Avengers 239 right now because that is the Late Show. The Late Show with David Letterman. That is the show that is getting canceled after 1,600 episodes. David Letterman, of course, being crucial to that.
So you're telling me, or they're now telling us, that David Letterman didn't make money for that channel?
So I think it was just a different time, right? Because Colbert's been running it for a while, and there's been a big shift, right? I think that the Late Show with Colbert was the number one late show, first of all, but it was only pulling like less than 100,000 views. And his stuff on YouTube was getting viewed more. The clips on YouTube was getting viewed more. So than the actual show was. And it's just because the format of entertainment has changed so much that people are consuming entertainment on small screens and in short clips. Long form is kind of dead, and long form on TV owned by a corporation is definitely dying. And this is, just an example of that. So I think it might be worth looking at Avengers 239 for David Letterman being on the cover and the first introduction of David Letterman in Marvel Comics. This is interesting. It's got Stephen Colbert on the cover. I might pick this up because it's pretty cheap. I can see it probably dipping down to $10 in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, that there you go. I was just gonna say, come on, give it a couple weeks. This is a $10 book. Come on.
Yeah, I think so. But I think long term this could be interesting, especially if they ever announce that they're bringing back late night, with whomever.
Right. Well, I mean, the cancellation date is still almost a year away, right? What are you talking about?
Well, they have to finish
So May of 2026. So there's still a chance. There's always a chance.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna take this off so we can talk about. I mean, you're gonna go live on camera here, JB. So you gotta put your shirt back on.
Off. Put my shirt back
Put on pants. Okay.
Right,
so this is. Let me tell you what happened. All right. So about 15 years ago, I was given a world record for the world's largest handheld yo-yo. I took dog pools, right, and plumbing equipment and braided rope, and I built the world's largest handheld yo-yo. It was huge. It was enormous, and it is a record that I still hold to this day. If you look at Record Setter's book, Dr. Yo-Yo.
Like Guinness's Book of World Records, or just to get Record Setter's book, because those are two different entities.
Yeah,
right?
so Guinness is, you actually have to pay to be in Guinness. I don't know if you know that. Record Setters was a competition to Guinness. Didn't have to pay to be in there. They approached me after seeing the video. But I do have a world record for world's largest handheld yo-yo, and I did it off the side of a fire training tower. So,
oh my goodness!
Yeah. So I with the fire department there in case the worst happened, and then they strapped me in.
What's the worst? It rips your freaking finger off. What are you holding?
This thing was huge. It was 4 feet in diameter. Okay.
So
and like
you double hold.
So what you do, I mean, you kind of hold it, and this thing weighed like close to like 11 pounds, I think, 4 feet in diameter. It was huge. And so off the top of this training tower where the fire department trains rescue, right, they put a harness on me and they strapped me to the bar, and I yo-yo outside of the training window, and it goes all the way down. It comes back up 80%
somewhere, right?
Yeah. And they were there just in case I did something terrible. And it ended up dislocating my shoulder, but I digress. David Letterman's team saw the video because the video got trending on Gizmodo. If you remember that site, and it hit like 300,000 views or something crazy like that in a week. So David Letterman's team reached out to me and said, "Do you want to do that for Stupid Human Tricks?" And I'm like, yes, of course I do. And we're trying to figure it out. And I said, well, what's on top of the Ed Sullivan Theater? Because I need to be harnessed in. Yeah, but so they wanted me to throw it off the top of the Ed Sullivan Theater and like bring it back up in front of the Ed Sullivan banner, which had David Letterman's late night on it. And I said, well, what can I harness myself to? And they said, well, there's nothing up there that you can anchor yourself onto. And so it ended up falling apart because of that. But it was I was this close, JB, to being on Letterman. And it was so cool.
So close. Yeah. I really quick. So this last weekend I was at Jerry Day in San Francisco at McLaren Park for this free concert, and I'm doing my thing, and we're selling the posters and the t-shirts. And I get this news lady comes up to me and she goes, "Hey, I'm with the news. Can you hold this microphone?" And she's asking me questions. And while she's asking me questions, the actual founder of the show walks up behind her. And I said, "Well, he's the founder of the show." And she turns around and she takes the mic from me and gives it to him. And then later on, I go research to see this thing. And yeah, I must be on the cutting room floor because I didn't make any of the cuts. Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Whatever. He's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry I stole your thunder." I was like, "Well, she'd rather talk to the person who started the event than the dudes selling t-shirts."
Well, you can see the world's largest handheld yo-yo. There were 2 attempts made. The first attempt failed spectacularly. The second attempt was successful.
Nice.
If you search, I think you can go to my YouTube channel and find it. I think it's on there.
All right, let's get back to the list.
Yeah, let's get back to the list.
We digress.
Digress.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what we do. You put
What
me in
happens?
charge. That's
Come
bad
on,
things
right?
are going to happen. All right, so that was number 4. JB, you got number 3, right?
I got number 3. All right, give me a second. Shit, I got this book. There's another book I got. Come on, people. You have this book. Are people keeping count? I haven't been paying attention. I'll be keeping count.
Yeah, they're doing
Fantastic Four, Volume 1, issue number 247, originally published in October of 1982. Well, here we are, back to RDJ's Instagram post. In that post, he posted a picture of West Coast Avengers issue number 35. Now, it may have been strange to comic book fans, as they would have realized that this issue did not involve Victor Von Doom at all, but rather Christophe Vernand. Now, Vernand was mentioned, or Vernard. Is that Vernard? Help me out here.
Vernard.
Christophe Vernard. Vernard was mentored by the original Doctor Doom, who eventually took his place. He was also involved in multiversal incursion events when he was defending his reality from the Map Makers, an AI artificial virus reprogrammed by the Beyonders to infect incursions. Man, this is hitting a little close to home. I bet you this could happen. This multiversal incursion storyline also involved the Illuminati as well, making us question what Doctor Doom multiversal story will be pursued by Marvel. Well, if it's this one, picking up Vernard's first appearance this early isn't a bad idea. We tracked 17 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 74% with a high sale of $97 for a CGC 9.6 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of only $8.
I have to wonder if this was selling just because it's a good cover.
The cover is dope. Come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, all the comments about him teabagging.
Yeah.
Nice. Good stuff. Yeah.
Potty
Squatty potty.
Nice.
Time for a squatty potty. But this is a great cover. Who did the cover on this? Is this another John Byrne? I don't think so.
Looks like Byrne to me.
Yeah,
I was going to guess. I'm going to go with Byrne.
I think you're right. It is by John Byrne. Yes, another John Byrne cover. Yeah, I just think it's a good cover. This had nothing to do with RDJ's tweet or Instagram post. I mean,
it's the fact that people are kind of chasing all angles, like any story arc that could become something. I guess now's the time to get it. No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
All right, so that was number 3 on the list. Let's move on to number 2. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 546. The cover by Steve McNiven. This is the regular cover. And fans spoke and Marvel listened. Well, back in 2008. Thank you. Fans spoke and Marvel listened. It was originally speculated the next Spider-Man movie will be a multiversal film incorporating the other Spider-Men again. Then it was rumored to be a street-level film involving Mr. Negative. Then even more rumors came out that King and Black would be involved, and Venom would be crossing over to be a huge Spider-Verse film. It's nice to say that the dust has finally settled, and it looks like we are getting a street-level Spidey. A costume reveal this past week has put collectors' radars back on this book as they hunt down the next Spider-Man villain's appearance, Mr. Negative. We tracked 37 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 79%, with a high sale of $175 for a CGC 9.8, and a fair market value near mint raw for $31. Wow.
I have this book too. Man, I'd crush this list. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is first negative, Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative's a great character.
He's a cool ass character. Any mind control type character can be very dangerous. Think about, what if he gets his hands on Banner? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying, how dangerous could that be?
And Mr. Negative is probably a good pickup anyway, because if they ever do the King in Black story, Mr. Negative was crucial to that. And if they ever introduce Anti-Venom, Mr. Negative was crucial to that, because the only reason why Anti-Venom exists is because of Mr. Negative. So there's a lot of interesting things that could happen. Mr. Negative, I think, and I know they say don't buy villains, but I think this is a good one.
Before we reveal number one, what was our over under? We had 3.5. I don't know how many we got.
Let's see here. So Fantasy for 1, 2, 3 plus the runner up, so it's 4. So this makes 5.
Maybe, I guess.
Yeah. So take us home, JB.
All right, folks, here we go. Final one of the night at number 1. You knew it was going to be number 1. You made the whole show and didn't see it. You knew it's the hottest book going right now. West Coast Avengers, issue number 35, The Newsstand. I think we got a drop for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Originally published in August of 1988.
Newsstand.
Well played. What happens after Iron Man himself, Dr. Doom himself, posts a picture of a specific comic book? It becomes a hot commodity on the aftermarket. Come on, right? That's what happened to this issue of West Coast Avengers. Robert Downey Jr. took to social media to share music he was listening to while casually placing this issue behind his iPad. It's an odd issue to reference, considering this book does not feature Victor Von Doom as Dr. Doom, but rather Christophe Bernard, as we mentioned earlier, which also explains our number 3 on the list this week. As for this issue, we tracked, 29 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 500%, with a high sale of, oh my goodness, $80 for a near mint plus copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $57.
Oh, good Lord. If you have this, sell it.
Wow. Sell it now.
Sell it. It's not even Doom. Just sell it. It's the Secret Wars number 5 all over again in Deadpool. Just sell it.
No.
Sell it.
No.
Sell it.
That's the list, folks. There you go.
That's the list, right? So that wraps it up for us, folks. Hey, we came, we saw, we gave
Maximum effort.
and we made it. We made it through the list. My second time hosting. Don't worry, guys. Laura will be back. She promised me she would come back. She has to come back because I am stretching myself thin with this two show a week thing going on, especially with my my master's classes going on right now. They just kicked off a new class for augmented reality and virtual reality. So my master's minor is going to be in augmented reality and virtual reality, which is pretty damn cool. But that's more things competing for my time. So I'll be here next week covering one more time as host, and then the lovely lady Laura will be back hosting, and I know you guys miss her. I know you do. So by all means, drop that like, drop a comment in the comment section down below the towel bar. Let us know what your favorite cover was. Type F Cancer, and JB, what do you got? What do you got for us to give us?
Well, you know, famous last word, shameless plug. I am back from my trip to San Francisco. I'm going to be here for a couple of weeks, and then I'm heading off to Idaho to go check out some amusement park they have out there that's supposed to be pretty decent. So looking forward to that. But in the meantime, make sure you go on over to eBay and check out my store with all this vintage crazy toys that I have accumulated and I am putting up there. The last 2 days, we had 7 sales, which is amazing for me. And I'm really excited about how all this, the eBay thing is checking out. So it's Discovery Bay Comics and more on eBay. Please check that out. And as always, you know what I'm going to say. Don't forget, everybody. Don't forget my comic book cousins. We had a good time.
We had a good time. Yes. And one more shout out to Kyle from Renovision. Kyle, I'm praying for you, and we're all pulling for you. I hope you do good things. I hope you respond well to your treatment. And with that, folks, that's it. Thanks for joining us. And let's see, I got an outro here somewhere. I just got to find it. I had it queued up. No, it's not there anymore.
It's supposed to be queued up. You know, they give you a little.
Right. Yeah, I thought it was there. There it is. All right. Thanks all. I'll see you guys on Thursday.
Seamless.
We're back. We're back. That hidden stream. Hit that button. It's not doing it. All right.
For the entire crew, this is TiVo saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.